Oh boy. Dang it, Adobe. Dang it, Adobe. Dang it, Adobe. Okay, I'm not really gonna put much effort in this video, but I just feel like I need to, like, get this out of my chest. I mean, I've been, like, I don't know, this is, like, supposed to be, like, some sort of normal day for me, for the most part. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff, real life that I don't feel like, talking or sharing with people, because, I mean, it's my life and whatnot, but, and now, I don't know, I wake up and I see, like, a video saying that, Adobe is, like, going to, like, I don't know, euphanize, Adobe Animate, within a certain thing, certain time. But yeah, I'm probably gonna edit this less. I'm not, because I don't think this deserves the effort that it deserves right now. Because I mean, I'm frustrated, I'm mad, I'm tired. I have like, I have like a bad stiff neck, a tear in my shoulder, and bad knees, and other stuff. I'm just, oh boy. So okay. It was brought to my attention by at least 2 videos, and with proof and whatnot, that Adobe is like discontinuing its use with Animate. It's gonna stop its pay thing on you won't be able to download or buy it off the Adobe site anymore on March 6th and whatnot, and I think what was it, March 2027, they're gonna stop technical support of it, which, to me, that's telling me that the thing I've been, like, paying, like, $22 a month, because, I mean, I couldn't afford the Creative Cloud anymore, so I had to downgrade because I couldn't keep up with price and whatnot. I'm not a rich man, and Adobe, thinks that animation is only for rich people only, which it should be for anyone that has the skill, has the talent, has the charisma to put their heart and soul into something, and they decide to put their investment in a machine that in itself is a mixed bag itself, and it's being used the wrong way. Okay, I made some community posts, talking about the discussion of AI and what it's capable of and what's not, and to my knowledge, it's a mixed bag, for a lot of people. FYI, a mixed bag for a reason. The reason I say that is because if done right, AI can be a useful tool to assist you in any way you can think of. High key, mostly, for finding information or pointing out sites that might give you the information you're looking for, etc., etc. I'm not going to go into full details of the positive AIs for now, because I'm still trying to learn this stuff as I go. Because this is mostly a video of me, bringing awareness, to this topic that Adobe is being so Adobe that it might have Adobe its final nail in the coffin. What I don't support is the usage of AI just for, straight up animation or voice, changing or voice sampling, someone else's voice without permission and whatnot. Or basically what everyone else hates the most, AI art. Okay, if the AI is trained right and it successfully fixes a scene that you messed up on and like, makes it better and whatnot, that's probably fine in my book, but I'm in the camp where you have to use your hands to make something great and not put it in the hands of a machine. So if that makes sense, then hopefully that works as well. But still, and for Adobe to, like, kill off their golden goose in favor of, what can I say, an anti-goose? For those that weren't aware, sometime back, Adobe announced that they are, like, investing in AI in mix with their Creative Cloud products. For a time, I wrote it off as something I didn't have to worry about that much, but now I'm starting to understand that it's starting to backfire and screw me over by taking away what I cherished most, from the Adobe site. I have been using, Adobe Flash, Adobe Animate for, how long was it? 12, 13 years at this point? Maybe a little longer? And they decided to, like, they decided to put down the dog on me. They decided to, like, take my dog and decided to give him a euthanization, at this time in favor of a robotic dog. Okay, so what does this mean for my channel? Despite the fact that Adobe plans to shoot the golden goose, later down in the year, my current animation plan still hasn't changed as of now. I'm gonna bleed this dry and finish the 3,000 sub special, and trying to get as far as I can with Sonic vs. Mega Man Part 3. Most likely I'll finish it this year if I move fast enough, but you know, stuff can change. But I already have something planned in mind in case things go south. But I already have backup plans because the videos I saw, basically pointed me to alternatives I can probably look into later and just practice some other stuff, but yeah. Actually, I feel relieved at this point because that means I don't have to do some projects, that's Adobe related, like, how to work sprites in Adobe Animate, because it's going to be gone in 2 years. Maybe 3, who knows. So that's off my plate, for sure. However, maybe for an alternative, I might make a tutorial on how to make a sprite library for a sprite. For people that want to, like, organize their characters, animation movesets later on down the road. I could probably do that to show people. Maybe it'll be a speed animate or something. I don't know, though. But as for my current projects, Sonic vs. Mega Man Part 3 is not canceled. And even if Adobe cancels it, I'm still going to find a way to get this thing done and over with, because I refuse to let this project die the way it is. I told myself when I started YouTube, or Flip on A10, or wherever I was, that Sonic vs. Mega Man is the one project that I refuse to cancel no matter what the case. No matter the delay, no matter the time frame, I'm gonna see this thing through the end, even if it kills me. After I take care of the 3,000 sub special that involves Mega Man, and a few other Sonic FCs I've chosen for it, and Sonic vs. Mega Man Part 3, I'll figure out what I have to do next from there after I'm done with these projects. Maybe after Sonic vs. Mega Man Part 3, I'll probably do a lot of pixel art, for, upcoming projects, connect to Sonic vs. Mega Man and other stuff. I don't know, yeah, I'll figure out as I go. I did want to dabble into game design at some point, so I don't know. Maybe this is a sign I should probably, at least look into it at some point in the upcoming 2 years or something. I don't know, something to think about on my end. This isn't the end, so don't worry. I'm too stubborn to say I quit. Like I said, I have a few backup plans I can exploit to get around this mess and continue forward to where I want to go. I'll also link the 2 videos I've seen in the description below that gives out awareness of what I saw, and also they point out some, Adobe alternatives you can actually work with depending on your animation. However, can someone point out to me of where I can find, a program that basically, works with sprites and rotates, sprites the way Adobe did? Because I have not seen anyone recommend a, program that does what Adobe does, like rotate sprites, zoom sprites, resize sprites, etc., etc. I need the same things that Adobe does if I want to continue, making great sprite animations. I don't want to learn a new program, but I might have to. Honestly, these days, I feel like sprites gets the butt end of these type of problems sometimes. I mean, the traditional animation gets some help, but sprite animation gets less help. I don't know. Okay, I'm done ranting at this point. I have my contingencies set up just in case, and I suggest that anyone that's still using Adobe Animate these days, if you still are or whatnot, I suggest, find alternatives and set up your own contingencies if you want to continue doing what you like doing, which is animation or whatnot. Or sprite animation. You know. Well, it looks like James Lee was right. I should have broke up with Adobe when I had the chance. But the joke's on her because I have countermeasures and I'm gonna bleed her finances dry. And I'm taking the kids with me where I'm at. Enjoy your trip to rock bottom.